You know, that feels like the wrong note to start this video on. Well, that's not much better. It's pretty plain to see nowadays that people are getting kind of fed up with the current state of the gaming industry.
$80 for digital and $90 for physical!
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Call me crazy, but I feel like there was a massive shift in the monetization style of games come the 8th generation of consoles. Gone were the days of the majority of publishers' profit coming in from game sales, and in were the times of microtransactions, DLCs, and oh, please no. So it's no surprise that older games and game consoles are growing in popularity again, especially modding those old consoles. You've probably heard about how surprisingly easy it is to mod a 3DS, or about how PlayStation 2 prices have skyrocketed recently, and you can't forget the GOAT of game console modding. But there's one console. It's not crazy popular, it has a decent modding scene, it's portable, and it comes up in the general gaming space conversation every once in a while. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I love my PSP.
PSP. Hells yeah.
Listen, I know the DS outsold the PSP in a massive landslide, and don't even get me started on the PS Vita versus the 3DS. But, I mean, you gotta take the wins where you can get them. Honestly, the PSP on paper should have outsold the DS by a mile. But you know, you can play Game Boy games on the DS, so it's better, right? Read it and weep. Here's the thing, I grew up with both a PSP, this one to be specific, and a DSi, and I love my DSi, but come on man, this thing is awesome. But while the DS was seemingly more portable and accessible, if you wanted to play the newest home console games of the time on it, you'd have to play a version of the game that was almost unrecognizable due to how far the devs would have to downscale the games for the console. The PSP, on the other hand, while in the same downscaling boat, it felt more like you were playing almost the same game, just on its lowest graphics setting. Now, of course, a game from the PS3 or Xbox 360 isn't going to be the exact same on the PSP, but it's a whole hell of a lot better than trying to play that thing on the DS. Here's the thing though, I don't want to just sit here and shit on the DS while putting over the PSP. No matter what side of the portable console aisle you fall on, we can all agree that this era of portable gaming was amazing. You know what else this era of portable gaming was as well? Actually fucking portable. Extra, read all about it. You can't fit shit in your pockets anymore. I'm definitely not the first to say this, but I miss handheld gaming devices that I could actually fit into my fucking pocket. And I'm not talking about you. Genuinely, my favorite thing to do since I dug up and modded this PSP a few months ago is to take this out with me wherever the hell I'm going. Not only is it a talking piece and a good way to kill some time instead of scrolling on my phone, but I can also just slip this into my pocket with my phone and it's barely noticeable in there. For reference, here's a Nintendo Switch. I'm wearing some loose cargo pants in this clip and there's no way I could walk around comfortably with this in my pockets. On the other hand, I managed to fit a Nintendo 3DS XL, my PSP, and my phone into one pocket. Comfortably, no, but you get my point. I've walked around towns and cities for hours with my PSP and phone in one pocket comfortably. Can't do that with a damn Steam Deck. Another positive for the PSP's design is its form factor. This is definitely something that's subjective person to person, but in my hands, the PSP is genuinely the best feeling portable console, hands down. I've played this thing for hours on end with no issue. Genuinely, my dream handheld system is just a slightly bigger PSP with modern internals. Still, no device has ever come close to how good it feels to hold a PSP. Obviously, you do more with a PSP than just hold it, right? I mean, I'm having a fucking blast right now. The PSP, while not having as extensive of a collection as its main rival, still boasted a pretty hefty library. I mean, this thing basically covered every base for a portable gaming console. But let me let you in on a little secret. Proprietary physical media fucking blows. Ah yes, the UMD, the bane of every PSP owner's existence. Listen, the preservation of physical media is cool and all, but like, fuck these things. Nobody is dusting off a PSP in 2025 just to play what few games that can actually still get running and aren't beat to shit. Micro SD card, my beloved, it's modding time. You wanna know how to mod your PSP? Did you get that? If you didn't, don't worry, this shit is easy as hell. All it takes is a micro SD card, micro SD to Sony memory stick adapter, a laptop, and a few clicks of a mouse. And now, my PSP is a Game Boy Advance. With modding your PSP, you can run custom software, homebrews, emulators, and games that you very much legally obtained and totally dumped into your micro SD card from their UMDs. Some antics aside, modding basically turned my PSP from a paperweight into pretty much my everyday handheld. Complementing its extensive library of games, this thing is amazing for emulating Game Boy Advance games. Until it isn't, but hey, fumble around with a few different emulators and eventually it'll work out, right? I can't make any personal recommendations because if I suggest anything modding wise in this video, it'll probably just be outdated within a few weeks, so go read a guide that's been updated recently if you're interested. Hey, quick question. I promise this pertains to the subject of the video. When was the last time you scrolled through social media on your phone? I can almost guarantee that the answer to that question for the majority of people is something that you're not proud of. And hey, I sure as shit wasn't. Last year, I was averaging almost 4 hours on Instagram every day. That's 28 hours a week. 28 hours of time I could have spent making YouTube videos or doing... Oh shit, maybe that's why I didn't upload anything. Social media sucks. Yeah, I know, who guessed? In other news, fish found in water. Everyone knows that doom scrolling is a surefire way to rot your brain out and put you in a shitty mood. Well, I deleted pretty much all my social media off my phone, and now I fill that time with doing either something productive or this thing. When I tell you I feel the best I felt in years, I'm not exaggerating. The PSP is a gem and a reminder of an era of gaming long past, but it still holds up as a portable, pocketable device that holds a hell of a lot of charm and hours upon hours of fun. I'll always hold the PSP in a special place in my heart, and I'll always play this thing. Until I replace it.
Is he gonna talk about the thing?
No.